Hi. So in this session, we're going to look at apps. See, your app icon is here. So what are apps? Apps are things that extend the functionality of the Shopify store. So you can find apps in the App Store, and apps come in the form of either free or paid apps. And you can look through them via categories here. So they could be like online marketplaces. They can extend, but they can also be things like marketing apps, new apps that create creating urgency, for example. Let's have a look at that. So they're talking about countdown apps and things like that. So basic things that Shopify does not do by default. Most of the time, you can find an app that will do it. Some of these apps are going to be free. Some of these apps have trials. Some of these apps have monthly fees. Some of them have one-off installation fees. So make sure you understand the cost of the app before you install it. I'm also going to give you one basic sort of caveat here. I strongly encourage people not to install too many apps. So be very careful about, why you want to install an app. Don't just install it because it's free and it's there, because when you install an app, it modifies the code of your theme. And when you start installing 10 or 20 apps, some of which are trying to do the same thing, you're really confusing the theme code. I get a ton of calls that say my website's not working properly. And when I go in there, it's like, well, you've got 30 apps and 5 of these apps are trying to do the same thing. It's hardly surprising that function doesn't really work very well at this point. And then uninstalling the apps, should be easy, but can get a bit complicated sometimes. So I really encourage you to think very carefully. Don't be one of those people who has 30 or 40 apps installed in your admin and then has to get a Shopify expert in to try and fix it. Okay, apps are great if you have a function that you really need that can't be handled natively by Shopify. Okay. The apps that I typically recommend for people, things like the admin apps, basically things like backing up your theme. I would look at sort of backup apps. So I'd go into my search here. I'd clear this completely. I'd go for a search here and put in backup. And let's see, there's going to be quite a few apps for that. So I tend to use this one, but there are other ones available. There are apps that are useful, particularly admin type apps. So backup, inventory management apps are another one that's commonly used. But generally speaking, my message to you is Shopify will do almost everything you want in the native Shopify platform. Try to avoid apps and only use them when you really need them. Okay.